Here we are with another episode of DOScider. We're finally on episode 50, and that means we have something very special for today. And that will be that at long last, finally, we can actually have the death of All Dogs Go to Heaven. It's off the top 200. We will rank 3 games that are better than All Dogs Go to Heaven today. It's guaranteed. It's finally gone. The evil is over. We no longer have to call it a top 200 game. If MS-DOS is so good, why didn't they ever make an MS-DOS 2? Well, that's a true point. But welcome everybody. Good to see you today. We've got a whole bunch of games here up from subs and patrons. If you are a sub or a patron, you can put in a request once a month. You can put a game into our sub club channel on our Discord, and I will review it in our short little format here and rank it on DOScider. We have a few of them today, as I said. But first, let's go over the list. Our top 10, we have Day of the Tentacle, Doom, NetHack, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, Maniac Mansion, Wing Commander, Star Wars Dark Forces, Betrayal at Krondor, Command & Conquer, and Command & Conquer Red Alert. I almost want to go back and rank this higher. So this is last week. I've any spare minute that I have, I've been playing MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. I like mechs. I like MechWarrior. God, I like MechWarrior so much. MechWarrior is so good. This is why Loaf Sneeze requested it. Loaf Sneeze requested it right around when the new MechWarrior is coming out, so that I would specifically be tempted to play the new MechWarrior, which I am now extremely tempted to go back and even just buy like MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, and I don't need it, but I do. But this only has like medium lasers. You don't even get to do like ERPPCs. Like there's no like different. Like what about the ER stuff? Where's the clan? Like I want to have like different level. Nope. I tried to see if there were mods for it, but there is a remake project for it. Maybe one day. In any case, that's our top 10 so far. I love my big stompy robots. It is incredible how many good games there are. We got Descent, Warcraft 2, Dune 2, Doom 2, Might and Magic, World of Zine, Capture the Flag. What an incredible game Capture the Flag is. All sitting here. Yay, no. I'd understand that they're rare until later in the timeline. That's all I want. I just want them to be rare later on. God, it's... The wall of twos has grown. It sure has. But in any case, that's our top 10. We've got all these incredible games sitting here. God, Duke Nukem. How is Duke Nukem down at 23? That game is fantastic. And our bottom 10. Barbarian, International Ninja Rabbits, Scunny Lost in Space, The Castle of Dr. Malvado, Terror in Christmas Town in the Pits engine. It's the Pits. The Fortress of Dr. Radiaki. Flintstones. The Jetsons. First Person Pinball. And All Dogs Go to Heaven. We must find more 2s. I was just thinking, like there's all the wall of 2s because as it turns out, a lot of the sequels are worse than the original game. Like with Doom, for example. But it's funny, there's also, and like Duke Nukem 2 and Castles 2, which, Castles 2 is great, it's really close. But then, man, MechWarrior, MechWarrior 1 was really interesting. But it's like somewhere down here, right? We actually finally had one of the rare examples of a sequel being a lot better than the first one. MechWarrior, yeah. It was, honestly, it's mostly just a tech thing. This one has better options outside of the, like, the map is just so basic and there's one of them and stuff like that. But the actual, like, oh, you can pick star systems and do the full economy and there's, like, way more items. It's honestly more expensive than Mercenaries 2. Like, it's wild. What was our first worst game? Oh, like on episode 1? Scunny Back to the Forest. That lasted for 3 episodes. And then Flintstones. And that lasted for 6 episodes. And then Jetsons. And that lasted for 1 episode, which I was stunned at. I did not think we'd ever find anything worse than that. But we did. Twice. So, who knows? In any case, let's jump into our games. We really need to get going. First up, we have... Actually, what did I have up for first? I think kind of... yes, right. I have an order for them today, just for various reasons. I gotta get going eventually. I have a kind of hard limit on the stream. We have a classic of arcade. A little game that was requested by Deranged Dan, who for some reason I missed a couple of Dan's suggestions, so we're gonna do a couple Dan's. This one is Klax. You're hoping our first worst was going to be like 50 away from the bottom. No, I picked Scunny at the beginning because I'm an idiot and I know how bad Scunny was going to be, and I was not wrong. Scunny's bad. Will you capture? It might need to be a window. Hold up. There we go. This one's going to have to be... Klaxers don't do drugs. Oh my god, I did not actually see that they had that. Hold up. Hold up, it goes up a point or two just for that. Hey, Dan, good to see you. Don't performance enhance your Klax, please. So this is Klax. It's a puzzle game. It's, you know... one of the... I always call them, like, Tetris-likes. It's very, very different than Tetris. But when you think of, like, a puzzle game that has, like, a speed-up mechanic and a kind of time pressure that way, got that idea. What we were trying to do is make 3 Klaxes. Which is just having them in a row. So that can be done diagonally, it can be done horizontally. And if we miss a piece, then they fall into this void. The perspective is real weird. There is actually a void in front of where we're building things. Kind of expecting Slow Beef to jump in voice because he sensed Klax. I don't know anything about Klax. This is my first time playing. I had to look up, like, how to play. Oh shoot, I'm an idiot. That's fine, actually. Oh, no, wait, it's not fine. It doesn't just drop on it, you idiot. Right. There are times to do colors without dithering. It's just terrible without a CRT. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff there. I could try and put on one of the filters. We do have the ability to do that in DOSBox. It's got a cool, like, sense of style. Alright, so we have to do diagonal Klaxes. Hey, alright. Might be worth looking at the filter at the end before the rank game. Yeah, maybe. It's a fun little game. It is... It's kind of what it is, though, right? Like... Okay, now it's just points to go. This seems the easiest way to do this by a lot. Like, if it doesn't force you to do diagonals or something, like... Just make the towers. God, that sound sucks, too. That speed up sound is not great. Like, I don't love the sounds of this game. It's not like it's not terrible, but it's very industrial or something, if that makes sense. Which I guess is maybe the vibe they're going for. But again, if we're thinking about, like, really cool time puzzle games like this... What would I rather listen to? Or... You know, like Tetris music, or like Bubble Bobble music or something. Like, we think about, like, classic arcade games. The lack of music here is just... yeah. Oh, I fucked that up. I was gonna do something, and now I kinda can't. Huh. I might be in trouble. I dropped one too many. Wanted to keep that open for the blue. Anyway, so this is Klax. Yeah, the diagonal is worth more points. That's your incentive. Same with, like, doing 5s, I think is worth more. Oh, that's neat. You can actually scam it that way. Oh, what? Oh. Ooh. Dang. This is fun. This is certainly a decent game. I don't know, it's missing, like, that certain... Oh my goodness. It's missing, like, a little extra, right? There's something that would push it over into being, like, a fun little diversion for 30 minutes into, oh my god, where did a couple hours go? I think some of that is music. Like, the music is just... There's nothing there, is brutal, and then you're just instead listening to the... Yeah. The SFX are a lot worse. Yes. Klaxers don't do drugs. Okay. Yes. Yes. Klaxers don't baby. Wait, it might go up. It might go up. The points, it's suddenly... Klax is just bumping up them rankings. Let's look at it really quickly to see if we can mimic any of the actual effects here. Oh, I would have to... Hold up. I need to configure it, maybe. Yeah, let's configure settings. No, I don't want to change that. Let's change the graphics filter. Would that do it? I'm wondering. We have a lot of filters for it, but I don't know if... Yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't think that... This filter doesn't seem like it works really well. There's about a dozen filters. I'm not going to go through all of them. I find that a lot of them don't work that well. It does say Klaxers don't do drugs by default, correct? And then ass was my addition to what it was saying. I didn't realize that was the high score list, was the thing. I didn't realize that was the whole thing at the beginning. Amazing. Well, thank you for suggesting that. I do appreciate it very much, Dan. Now the question is, where do we rank that bad boy? And let's put some music on. Oh, God, I need some music. Why does it have no music? That kind of gets in your head in a way. But I wouldn't say it's in a good way. Certainly better than, like... Definitely better than, like, Flying Tigers or Rackham. There's no way it's as good as, like, The Summoning. a pretty cool little RPG. Yes, the is definitely the dad is going to kick you out of the car and strand you on the road trip if you don't turn off your Game Boy, you little bastard kind of way, correct? One of the huge differences in the arcade, every block color makes different noise when it's flipping down the board. Yeah, that is a massive change. I've never, like I said, I never played it before. It certainly has, like, some legs. It's an interesting design. It seems difficult, hard to master. And there's, like, probably some really interesting strategy on how to, you know, set up the diagonals or, like, fives and things like that. And especially when I realized that you can still move while it's scoring, so you could probably, like, flip down a score so that you can move and catch two that are really close kind of thing. Some neat stuff there. Very much in the vein of, like, the Bubble Bobble, Dynablaster, Load Runner kind of arcade port wall that we got going here. I do think it's worse than a lot of those, though. Just honestly, almost entirely because of the sound. Like, it's... And that's the thing, is, like, this is a perfectly serviceable version of Load Runner. It's great. It's got all the, you know, make-your-own-level stuff, too. Dynablaster's good Bomberman. Yeah, it works great. Bubble Bobble, same thing. Klax, yeah, it all works great, but also, there's just no music. The sound just sucks. I mean, that's actually exactly where it goes. It's just right under Bubble Bobble. You could have been a star, Klax. I think that Klax could have been, like, I personally put it above Bubble Bobble and Dynablaster, but it would need some kind of music in there. Yeah, Load Runner has some really cool things going for it. I don't think it could beat Load Runner unless it did a lot of stuff. Load Runner was a really neat little port, for sure. Well, update. It's almost like an HD remaster from the days when there weren't HD remasters. It's a neat little thing. That Load Runner game's kind of cool. But let's go on to our next game. And we've got a few puzzle games on the list today. This one is a suggestion from somebody else in chat right now. Or actually, no, maybe not in chat. This is from Slinwin LFB. I thought that it was from Loaf Sneeze, but it's not. This is a little bit of The Incredible Machine. We have not already done Incredible Machine, nope. I've also never played it. Oh, Slimwin is in chat. Welcome, welcome. So I did have to look up a little bit of how this worked because I didn't know how to activate things. But now I understand. I look at the manual, so let's get into it. It's a puzzle game. It's got like a freeform mode, which is pretty cool. You can also do like pre-selected puzzles. If you just want to go into freeform mode, then, you know, you can sit here and make whatever machine you like. Hey, drop a bowling ball. This game, not a Tetris. A lot of puzzle games are very similar to Tetris. This one, not a Tetris. And you get a lot of things to make. Wow, okay. So I could, like, string attach it. Oh, can I not attach that? Dang. thought I'd be able to put a bowling ball and a rope together. I might need to do some extra connections. I don't know. I haven't gotten to any of these machines yet. Flashlights and cannons and all kinds of nonsense. Cats. And you can change the gravity to be like, you know, moon gravity or just space. You can have Jupiter. All kinds of stuff. Nowhere to tie a rope to a bowling ball. Fair enough. Put the ball in the hoop. So we've got these gears on these platforms that we need to turn. And the thing that threw me, like I said, I had to check just how this worked. Because I was like, okay, well, you put obviously what you do is you put the mouse next to the wheel and the mouse runs and turns the wheel. But it doesn't do it automatically. And I'm like, how the fuck do you turn it on? And the answer is it has to be hit by something first. So then it becomes, excuse me, this. Gotta belt up our mice to the wheels. Such a cool idea for a game, honestly, like just Rube Goldberg simulation. Advance. Put bowling balls into the metal baskets. Mirror images. So you gotta flip the mouse cage so that it goes the opposite direction. Because it runs in a direction and that's the direction that this goes, I guess. See, this I could get lost in. This is some bangers. Bellows and balloons. You must pop all the balloons. Okay, so the ball here is going to fall. Obviously that'll start this, which does... What does that do? So it blows it into that. How far does it blow, I wonder? Because can we send another bellows like here? Oh, it would need to be further over. Okay. Gotta be like right next to it. Like, I just don't... What is this doing? What can I put next to the gear? Does something go... Wait a minute. Okay. I think I understand. The gear will probably pop the balloon. So if I do this and turn it, and I just, like... Is it literally just set up the same trap a bunch of times? That's probably what it is. Phew. Okay. Hey, Death Incarnate, good to see you. Wow, the Incredible Machine, you love this. Yeah, this is a request from Loaf Sneeze. Not Loaf... God, I'm so sorry. It's from Slinwin. Loaf Sneeze's suggestion for this month is Spookier. But yeah, subs and patrons get to put in a game a month, and this was Slinwin's. I've never played this before. Flip, flip, flip. Okay, so we need to make the bowling ball fall off the bottom of the screen. Okay. Why? It's not letting me put that in? Hey, Dorky Dino, good to see you. How can it so... I can't put anything underneath this. Yeah, this is the Incredible Machine. It's a very beloved game, from my understanding. And it's really good so far. I've always heard lots about Incredible Machine. There's like 3 in the series. And apparently Dancing with the Ghosts and Goblins spin-off? Weird. What the hell? So I can't... Why can I not put it in there? Like, these go in fine. So why not... I can't turn it around and put it in there either, though. If that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Like, I can't place it to turn it around was the problem. It's weird that it doesn't let me do that, but whatever. Okay. Sure. Tutorial Punch Out. Use the boxing gloves to punch the baseball up to the metal pipes. Look at that. Got to do this, and then this has got to go down. Flip that over here, just there. Now we get to rotate those. That just kind of threw me. Easy. How do the categories of score bonuses work? Definitely looks like the one is time. I'm guessing the other bonus is if you can use less parts. Bouncing over to Mort, make Mort the mouse run in his cage. It's a basketball. Okay. Okay, it's gotta go up, though. Okay. I'm wondering if I can, like, move it closer. Okay. Yeah, so it's gotta get higher and higher. So then, like, place that there. I think we're losing a little something on the second one, maybe? How do we get it over more? I don't love this one because it's very trial and error, right? Like... Definitely need to just have it, like, hit lower in the arc then, so that it moves over more. I'm guessing, so how does this work? Oh, whoa! Nope. Ah. There we go. Hey, got there. Yeah, as we all know, trampolines add energy to a system and rocks spontaneously just heat up. Yeah. Jack says, "Hi, Bob." Take the Jack in the Box, break the bowl, or the fishbowl of Bob the fish. Why are we killing Bob? God damn. Okay, so does that... I was gonna say, that's gotta eventually go, right? Is what happens? Sure. So then we need a belt from here. This mouse cranks that Jack in the Box. I wonder if that hitting will actually shut the mouse off. Does hitting it twice do that? I don't know some of the rules for this game. Okay, well, we can't hit it anyway. Gotcha. I'm not gonna get enough energy. Too heavy. Like, there would be fine. I'm sorry, Bob. What I need to do is pop the balloon. Note that you must flip the windmill. Select the direction in which it turns. Uh-huh. I'm guessing this has to be hit. Or no, it probably needs the bellows to turn it? Yeah, because it's a windmill. but then the bowling ball stops it from turning. This is a interesting idea. I do really like the idea of how a lot of these puzzles set out. Okay. Can that move that at all, or does it just hit it? Not like the punch that will do it. Huh. How far away can we actually have that? Out of curiosity. Oh, that will work. Okay. So then we could have... Land on a bellows there. So you could have a bellows here. But where would we put like a windmill or something to get blown by it? Maybe a flat prize for completing the level? Yeah, who knows? Weirdly enough, I don't really care about bonus scores. Oh, I can move this one? Well, that was one that did I put that down? Apparently. Does that mean that we could, like, have it activate a bellows here? I'm just wondering if the balloon will actually activate a bellows. It does. I mean, honestly, if we just put this here, does that just not work? Oh, we can't attach, because it can't be attached to two. I was like, because if we could just turn this, I bet that just works, right? Like, if this just turns, the balloon's already resting against it, I'm pretty sure that pops it. I'm very stupid. I love puzzle games. They're great to make you look very dumb on stream. Overthinking is par for the course in honestly in almost every puzzle game. Why is this here? We have an extra windmill and stuff like it. We've had to use almost everything in all the other ones. So I mean, I could certainly set up another windmill to get blown over here, but what would I have it do? It's not like it can have the band stretch far enough to go to here. It's just too long. Like, it has to be a lot closer. Not that that would necessarily help anyway. Like, it breaks. It goes a fair ways. I'm gonna be really mad when I look at this and go, oh, well, yeah. Duh. I mean, the balloon hits it here, but then what do I do with that? And suddenly put another thing to... And put a windmill, but that's not doing anything. And I might be able to hold it. Yeah, like, that'll hold it, but it won't pop it. Oh, oh man, it does turn. But I can't, like, move it in such a way that it'll hit the blades. Kind of funny. So, wait though, if it turns just by getting hit, I didn't expect that. I thought that we'd have to have a bellows for it. Really? It's gotta fit, right? No? That's too far? Oh, come on. I mean, if it just goes... If all it has to do is hit one of the windmills to turn it on, does that not pop it when the blades go? No, because it has to hit it from underneath to do it? If I could fit one in here, that would work. But I don't think I can. I don't even need the band to connect it. What is wrong with me? This is killing me. I think the windmill was technically in range of the bellows before. What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by technically in range of the bellows before. I never had a problem with the windmill not being in range of the bellows. Oh, the bellows are what spun it, not the balloon. No, because we didn't have a bellows here. We just had this. Getting hit by the balloon turned it on. Didn't it? Oh, what the? Okay, I swear that all I did was that. Okay, I'm apparently very, very dumb. Block it there. That's not doing anything. If I could fit it here, I could probably have the balloon move over and do something. What am I overthinking here? Ilian tries to figure out puzzle game for 6-year-olds. I'm overthinking massively. Yeah. I want to see if this turns the gear or something. No. I wanted to see if there was a way to like turn on this gear. I'm wondering if it getting hit turns it on. I'm overthinking massively. I mean, it is that kind of a game. I love this style of freeform puzzle, though. It's neat. It's a really, really cool idea. Okay. I think that I'm understanding what a dipshit I'm being. What if... Is that turning the right way? I think it's turning the wrong way. Okay, so it does not activate that gear. Gotcha. But if we just turn it, then we can go there, and then that'll activate that. I know I missed the bellows. I know what I did. Anyways, let's rank the game. I know what I did. I didn't expect it to bounce that far. That's all. I know what happened. It was just... God, there's so many different things that interact here. It's neat. Also, like, just having different gravity and everything, too, has got to be wild. So what was the goal of this one? Lower all 3 buckets. Okay, so we obviously need a trampoline for that ball. Okay. I was wondering. Just realized, is it just this simple? I probably actually have to have it so that it can cut the rope, but I think that it's just this simple. Alright, it's an incredible machine designed specifically to make me look like a fool, which I appreciate. Where are we ranking this thing? This thing's great. I would have had a blast with this as a kid. Really do like the idea of, like, very kind of free-form puzzle thinking. One of the things I was going to say is that there's a lot of music in that. There's a lot of music in that. There's a lot of music and there's a lot of items to do. Is there a passer for a later puzzle to see how wild it gets? Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Go to level 159. At least yeah, okay. They sometimes start giving you all the tools at once and telling you go then. Yeah. What? That's not a valid password. That's literally the... Supposedly, that's the 159 password. How about 158 then? This is over the game. Yeah, I know, I'm just... Game facts, you have let me down. Open all levels is rhombus. Let's see. Oh. I wonder if that was... Why would that have been... It's showing it as Incredible Machine 1. Maybe it had Incredible Machine 2 open for some reason? Maybe they must have put it in wrong in here. Yeah, I don't know. Because in the game facts, it's saying Incredible Machine 1 has 200 puzzles, which, I don't know. Goal is to make the rocket blast off. Oh, still only one page of things. Oh, Jesus. I'm guessing that the mirror and the flashlight are a thing. Oh, but that falls and blocks it. Oh, wow. Oh, there was a 2011 re-release. That might be it, then. Neat. But yeah, it gets expansive. There's a lot of things you can do with it. I mean, having freeform mode, too, right? Where you can just sit there and make cool machines is really great. Certainly a very interesting game. We also had level sharing in some of the sequels. Yeah, we'll have to check out the sequels. There is 2 and 3 that I can see. Or 2, there was another one. It's only showing 2 now. I thought there was more than that. Oh, yes, because there's also the even more incredible machine. Was another one of them. So there's a couple of ones on DOS that I've got. For now. Oh, hello. Please. Where are we ranking this one? This game is rad. God, it's so hard, though. Like, is it better than Out of This World? Oh, God, Out of This World is such an incredible classic. This thing has a really, really good soundtrack. It's funny for how, like, Klax is just... I had to rank it so low because there's just garbage sound in that. There's almost no music. I mean, there is no music. And there's very little sound at all. What little there is kind of obnoxious. And then this one that has like a different soundtrack for basically every puzzle. what is this worse than? This thing's really cool. I just don't know how high can I possibly rank it against all of these cool games. Probably pretty high. It's no Syndicate. It's not Syndicate. It's not, let's not go wild here. Let's not lose our minds. It's no Secret of Monkey Island. It might be a Castles. I like it more than Lemmings, which is saying a lot. Lemmings is great. It's above Out of This World. It's a very clever game, and it's got a lot of charm too. Like the idea of Rube Goldberg puzzle is fantastic. The whole concept is great, start to finish. Is it better? God, is it... The question is this. It's better than Raptor. Is it better than Castles? Castles is a really neat little strategy game. I think the music and the style of this is just so rad. I have to. And that's tough. That is not easy as a decision. It's on the bubble, baby. It's on the bubble, baby. Alright, what is going to kick off All Dogs Go to Heaven? God, I hope. I hope. Because let's go to our next game. This was another request from Deranged Dan, because for some reason I had missed some of Dan's input. Dan had a couple of requests that I just somehow didn't write down. Nobody else has had that problem, but I apologize, Dan. Let's see if we can have some interactive fiction that kills it. I guess we'll find out. Because this is A Mind Forever Voyaging. So very old, 1985 for A Mind Forever Voyaging. So, text adventure, baby. Do we want color? I don't know if that matters. We'll say yes. I'm gonna put any music on the background of this. Does my monitor support colors? I'm pretty sure it does. A couple. Part 1. Tomorrow Never Yet on any human being, rose, or set. You hear a message coming in on the official message line. Prism? Perelman here. Perelman here. The psych tests have all checked out at 100%, which means that you've recovered from the, awakening without any trauma or other serious effects. We'll be ready to begin the simulation soon. By the way, your piece is in the current issue of Dakota Online. Nobody's got more than 16 colors, please. You've entered communications mode. The following locations are equipped with communication outlets. So we have the Prism Control Center. Actually, why don't I just, instead of writing this down, normally I would write these down, but I could actually use modern technology to snip it. And have these codes written down. So I can go to any of these places. Let's go to Dr. Perelman's office. This is the office of your creator, Dr. Abraham Perelman. It is cluttered and disorganized. Overstuffed bookshelves line the room. Perelman's desk is covered with a number of items, including a decoder, map of the city, a ballpoint pen, and a printout of a magazine article. Okay. Uh-oh. It just wanted me to look at more, but it seems like it's bugged, maybe? Because it's not letting me type at all. It's strange. There, we're not doing color, whatever. Because it shouldn't say more forever like that. Yeah, that's a bug. Weird. Is it just soft locked? This game is very well known. I've heard good things about it in the past, so I don't know. Why there'd be issues there. Maybe I can go somewhere else first? There's more to the opening scene in the office. Oh. Huh. Let's go to the World News Network feed and see if then we can go back to Dr. Perelman's office and see if it does it properly. Your visual and audio circuits are now hooked directly into the programming of the World News Network. A woman is walking down a dark, deserted street, glancing fearfully around. Sound of a heartbeat, growing faster and louder, fills the soundtrack. Suddenly, the woman screams and the screen goes black. A narrator with a deep, silky voice reads the stark titles that roll by. Year after year, street crime increases. Doesn't it make sense to protect yourself? G&G Super Mace is the strongest crime repellent allowed by law. Don't wait until it's too late. Great. Some propaganda right off the start. It didn't even change me in where I am either. That's unfortunate. Wonder why we're having an issue there. One moment. Let's try here. Yeah, I'm wondering if the parser has a bug. Exactly. I'm looking at it. We're working. Okay, this seems to be better. Because there we go. Now we actually have more info on this screen, which makes a lot more sense. I went directly to his office. This is the office of your creator, Dr. Abraham Perelman. It is cluttered and disorganized. Overstuffed books line the room. Dr. Perelman is sitting at his desk working. Perelman is an older man in his late 50s and has a white goatee. Talk to Perelman? Dr. Perelman looks at you expectantly, as if you seem to be about to talk. Look at map. This is the map you'll find in your A Mind Forever Voyaging package. Look inside Perelman. What's inside this man? So you get, like, this would be the map. If it will let me capture that. There's like a kind of a cool scrawled effect to a lot of this. How to grow your own prism. Lots of nice, like, note-looking things. Oh, man. Possible future worlds. Major nuclear holocaust. Basically instant death. Minor nuclear holocaust. Anarchy, dark age, occupation, police states. There's all these possible futures that Perelman is looking at in this cabinet. There are 500 pages of this, though. Here are some of the might characterize future worlds in the Prism game. There's desirable and undesirable, low standard of living, high standard of living, democratic government, autocratic government. Here are some features that might characterize the future worlds in a Prism game. How goes the DOS? It goes. This is a very interesting game. It's kind of an art piece in a lot of ways. I've heard about it a lot before. It's a mind forever voyaging. We are a sentient computer that just got activated by a Dr. Perelman. It has some things to say, is what I've understood, yeah. Look at the pen. It's the pen that we'll find in the Mind Forever Voyaging package. There's a pen in here somewhere in these 500 pages. Oh my god. It has, like, income levels for a good world or a bad world. Like, it's all these ideas on, like, economics and stuff. It's just this massive, like, look at what the... Again, this is so wild. Just what the manual looks like. Just all the scribbling in the side and everything. Could be used more effectively in a more humorous game. Alright, so... Look decoder. Oh, right. Of course. So... Oh. More of the World News Network feed. A woman washing dishes. Look up as a voice asks, "Still washing dishes the same old-fashioned way?" She nods. "Lots of people are switching to Miracleware, disposable pots and pans. Isn't it worth a few cents a night to be able to relax after dinner instead of scrubbing the night away?" She nods. "Buy Miracleware and throw your troubles away." I wonder... It seems like there might be messaging, yeah. There's some very finicky parsers, yeah. Oh, did it not? Sorry about that. Didn't recapture it. Swapping between that and the manual is something. So let's go to the research center rooftop. It is a dark, cloudy night. The roof is splotchily lit by harsh spotlights. Beyond the edge of the roof, the only thing you can see is Rockville, glowing with visible and infrared light on the northern horizon. There's no one in sight. Look at Rockville. I can see the city is aglow on the horizon. Okay. So I guess we could go to the prism control. So what if we go to our main control? Prism Project Control Center. You see a large, well-organized room filled with banks and terminals and similar equipment. Your oral receptors pick up the buzz of many conversations. Listen? Even at maximum sensitivity, your oral receptors can't quite make out the words. Okay, so we can listen. So if we go back to Perelman, at the moment, Dr. Perelman makes no sound. Oh, we can also enter library mode, apparently, and just look at all the things we can do. Perelman for personal. All right, let's open it. Open. Open. No. Next directory? No. Consult menu for data retrieval. Great. This game definitely seems interesting, but it has a lot of... Oh! Wait, there we go. Why did it take so long to do that? Okay. So... R to read current file. Problem is I hit O first. I think the issue here is that it just... This parser and stuff is not great, and it's very slow for some reason. I don't know what this screen is doing being so slow here. Like, it's just not working. Let me just see if I can... Yeah, like, it does it eventually, but I don't know why it's taking so long to start that. So if we enter library mode, does that still take forever? Open current directory. Nope, now it works fine. Read current file. Perelman.personal opened. Current file is prism.name. Pursuing you in your transitions and other modes of other myths. Your requisition be. The prism never held the hues, it only heard them play. Memory is a prism through which yesterday's light has passed, split into a rainbow of moments, each colored more dimly than the last. How will today's light look tomorrow? And how would tomorrow's look today? Would the filter of time be as brutal if that prism were two-way? End of file. Okay. So if we go next file. Oh, it's doing its thing again. So it seems to work for a minute and then it just has these issues. Considering that we're having like a bunch of problems with this parser, and that I had to change from like the version that I had, I don't know what I can do with this game, honestly. Okay. Finally, at least got my exit. The access area where maintenance workers conserve the machinery that makes up the bulk of your physical presence. The room is immaculately clean and well lit. As you swivel your receptors, you can see the air conditioning unit that cools your processors, the library unit, several rows of memory banks, a neatly organized bin of spare parts, and vents noisily sucking away the xenon fumes. Nice. Okay, okay. Thing is, I think we need to go to library mode to actually see more stuff. So open this directory, go next file, sure. Now it's working. I don't know. Current file is prism.name. List of things to do. WNN interview, second quarter budget to gold. Lunch with Jeff and Beth. And then review maintenance technician resumes, call Dakota edit, end of file, resignation letter. And now it's working fine. Call Dakota editor. Seems like we need to figure out what that is then, maybe? Stopped at 6. As you know, I have been unhappy for quite some time with your management of the Prism project. However, until now, I've always been able to live with your meddling incompetence. Wow. Your inept, disgraceful, and insulting handling of the Phase 3 funding request has exceeded the generous boundaries of my patience. This is more than just another in a long series of Vera Gold fiascos. This episode has seriously undermined the morale of my team and endangered the project's long-range chances for end of file. See, it's there. If I hit enter at the wrong time, I think that it just keeps on trying to enter in something. And then it takes a long time to not have whatever is going on there. So I can't go too far or it does this. Okay. Let's look at the plan. Writer's speeches. Senator Richard Ryder is the foremost spokesman for advocates of the plan for renewed national purpose. Ooh. Here are excerpts from several of his speeches on the plan. I've criticized the shiftless troublemakers in our nation often enough, but I also question the moral decay of our society that turns potentially fine young lads into shiftless troublemakers in the first place. Is it possible we've forgotten the basics of discipline and misplaced the ability to instill the simple fundamentals of a humane society in our youths? Yesterday, I spoke to a man who waited for 11 hours at a local branch of the Federal Firearms Agency just to get a permit for a gun so he could protect his family and his home. Now, anyone who knows me knows I haven't got a darn thing against legitimate functions of government, but when regulations, paperwork, and flim-flam bureaucracy get so out of hand that it interferes with man's simple, decent attempt to get a gun, yeah, I'd say it's time for a drastic change. Yeah, definitely not any specific person that's calling out here. Last year, this country subsidized sick, inefficient, dying industries to the tune of $80 billion. Now, that's a lot of dough. Let's say you're Joe Average taxpayer. Last year, you made $90,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish. Oh my god. And if you're honest, you paid about $48,000 in taxes. No, that's being very dishonest. That means you spent about $400 so that Penn Steel or Powell Computers or KGN Media Services could stay in business. This I kind of agree with. A lot of things that Joe could do with that $400, and almost every one of them would be a healthier effect on our economy than life support for some of the archaic industry. I mean, giving government funds to private industry does fucking suck. A lot of bleeding hearts these days. They're talking about how we ought to be sending a lot of money and stuff to countries that aren't as lucky as us. These misguided souls seem to think we're some kind of bottomless well of wealth, and they can just keep shipping that well water around the world, telling their thirsty little friends, no need for you to knuckle down and solve your problems. We'll keep bailing you out. Oof. And who are some of these poor little countries we're talking about? Greece, Guatemala, North Korea, Albania. The same countries that have always against the USA in every issue, every forum, every 2-bit propaganda show. It's very funny that it's saying Greece, because if you're thinking about like 85, would that have still been when, because we're still in the height of Cold War. I'm wondering if that's still the military junta that the US installed and supported against the USSR. Let's start looking after our own interests first. Yes, the problems of the nation are many, and the troubles of the world are great. There's widespread despair among the people, and a clarion call cries out, Why? Why must this be so? And now, electrified by the power of these cries, clouds of change are gathering. Clouds that signify not another storm, but the dawning of a new day. A day of growth, of prosperity, of hope, of reawakened moral values, of streamlined government, of respect for our country at home and abroad. Uh-huh. Oh boy, but with the Lord at our side, we're ready to take that first step. So here's where I shouldn't press enter, because then it'll get into that. Just next plan, there we go. Plan criticisms. The following excerpts are from a position paper issued by the Citizens for Sanity in Government, a political action committee working for the re-election of President William Bowden. Many of today's domestic problems, such as joy booth safety, high energy costs, or residual acidity in our precipitation. Acid rain being an issue at the time, yep. Exist not because of sophisticated government regulation, but despite it. Subsidization of industries caught in a changing economic environment is a temporary measure, vital to avoid severe localized unemployment while retraining workers for healthier industries. Global instability is exploited by East Bloc adventurism, not caused by it. Instability is the result of underdevelopment and overpopulation. And it will be cured not by militarization of these regions, but by development aid and education. Yes, these programs, expensive in this generation, will have tremendous paybacks in the years ahead. The plan's supporters are blatantly hypocritical. They call for old-fashioned laissez-faire capitalism, but at the same time, they promise protectionist restrictions on trade imports, pay lip service to the advantages of technological advance, but they quietly prepare to decimate funding for medical research, space exploration, and higher education. The elements of the misnomered plan for renewed national purpose are either dangerous overreaction to admittedly serious problems or misguided conceptions lacking any merit whatsoever. The plan is the work of hypocrites and demagogues, clamoring for power by making promises they can never keep. Today's complex problems need and deserve sober, deliberate, difficult solutions, not cosmetic quick fixes. That is pretty much the summation of all of politics. Yes, this game as a 2031, like, look at, what is that, 50 years ahead from the time of this game's release? Almost? Like 45, actually, because it's 85 this came out. It's, very funny, because we're, less than a decade away from 2031 ourselves. Acid rain, not so much problem anymore. Climate stuff's still definitely an issue. Acid rain is one of those issues where you always get the people that are like, well, see, acid rain never became everything. Everyone was always talking about it, but now acid rain isn't a problem. It's like, because we did stuff about it. We actually did things for acid rain. We worked on that. There were things that we did to stop acid rain. That's why it's not an issue anymore. Plan popularity. Results of public opinion polling regarding the plan. See, the ozone layer. Yes. Yeah. We got rid of chlorofluorocarbons. Strongly in favor. Oof. In favor, don't care, opposed, strongly opposed. Ugh. That's depressing to look at, yep. Hi. Got a cat coming down in front. Blue collar, white collar business owners. 98 for business owners. Income under 100. And income over 100. I feel like these numbers are off. But it's interesting. Composite average of opinions of individual plan elements. Composite average of opinions of individual plan elements, entire sample. I like the individual plan elements have a lot of... Oh, I accidentally pressed enter again. So now we're going to have to wait a moment. Yes, this is going to be a fuck ton of reading. Let's see what the plan is exactly. Yeah, so if we press anything that's wrong, it takes like a full minute to solve what's going on and figure it out. A Brighter Future for You and Me, a brochure published and distributed by the Action for a Better Tomorrow, a pro-plan group. Cut tax rates by 50%. Across the board? Uh-oh. Vigorous prosecution of tax evasion. If that's put actually in place for higher up people, sure. Never is, but it'd be neat. Decentralization of federal responsibilities. Deregulation of all major industries. Reinstatement of the military draft. Excellent. Emphasis on fundamentals and traditional values in education. This has things to say, yeah. Mandatory conscription for troublemakers and criminals. A strict USNA first trade policy. So I'm guessing that they're saying that the US took over Canada, huh? That is a real popular scenario for all of these kinds of games. And these kinds of future looks. nations not pro-USNA. Oh, great. Increase the powers of the executive branch. Ah, so decentralized power. Well, except for all of this centralized power that we're going to get. Yeah, and increase the presidential term of office to 8 years. Yep, okay. It could be a fusion of the 3 countries. Yes, absolutely, media. Just a lot of the times it's really about, as a Canadian looking at a lot of US centered like future fiction, the takeover of Canada is extremely common. Extremely common. Like, more than Mexico, specifically. There's this weird thing where, like, the US considers Canada as part of North America and Mexico South America. Fallout did that also. Yep. It's a throwaway line in, like, a million different pieces of fiction. Like, even just looking at a comedy thing that I saw on YouTube recently where they were doing a future thing and they're like, oh, I was in southern eastern Canada, like New Canada, which very obviously implied that it's taken over. Like, yeah. Yeah, Canada has a ton of resources and empty space, and Mexico is full of people that we don't like, i.e. Mexicans. Yeah. Occasionally typing on his desk terminal. Okay. Like, I'm wondering how we can communicate to him at all, or if we can. Let's look at Prism messages, I guess. We saw the plan. Oh, a message begins coming over the message line. Perelman to Prism. The programming team has finished entering the parameters of the plan. This is it. You can enter simulation mode at any time. The social science group has come up with a list of things to record. Eating a meal in a restaurant, talking to a government official, visiting a power generating facility, reading a newspaper, riding some form of public transportation, attending a court in session, talking to a church official, going to a movie, visiting your own home or living quarters. By the way, since the simulation controller will be doing so much data crunching on the fly, it appears the simulation will run in real time. A minute there will approximately equal a minute here. Well, good luck. So we have to simulate our world, essentially, now. This is the actual game. That was all just, like, background on what's going on. Nope. So we can do that. But we've got to figure out a topic, I guess. Does it care about... I don't know if it cares about or not. So we go simulation. No. How do we enter simulation mode? I'm guessing enter simulation mode, maybe. Is a class 1 security mode. For access, enter the security code corresponding to black 93. This is the copy protection, I believe. But also, oh my god, finding any of it. again, the manual for this is 500 pages. Sorry, that's not quite true. It's 481. And it all has, like, scribbles on the sides of it, and there's no real order to any of it. It's pretty wild. All right, well, let's get our decoder ring. And get to black. Okay, this is kind of rad. So we can go ahead and, all right. So we need black 93. So there we go. We've got black. And then, all right, hold up. Okay, so instructions for use. Turn to the indicated color. Locate the indicated number on the inner wheel. Read the corresponding number on the outer wheel. I see. So black and then 93 corresponds with what? $70? All right. The simulation is based 10 years hence. The decoder rings is a real fun thing from back in the day. I always loved having that kind of stuff. There's a small downtown park with gates leading northeast, southeast, and southwest. There's a sprawling freeform water pool surrounding the statue of John F. Kennedy in the center of the park. So now I can, like, walk. Yeah, okay. So we start out as that, getting all that background information, and it gives you a certain amount of time, like gives you like half an hour, and then you start joining the game. Like, you actually start the game after you've been sitting here for like 20 minutes learning about what it's trying to tell you. It's a hell of a lot of stuff going on here. Can we still enter library mode? Can we go back? Uh-oh. Just gonna crash it. Exits are north, east, and Dennis. The way that it just does not understand. You have to abort simulation mode, sure. God, how long it takes to figure out some of the things just sucks. Just sucks. Okay, so look. There are gates leading northeast, southeast, and southwest. Main and Kennedy. This is the heart of the downtown area, flanked by classical glass and steel skyscrapers. The Skywest Terminal is on the northwest corner. To the southwest, an entrance to Kennedy Park. So we're supposed to do all of those things that was on the, like, to-do list. We need to, like, eat a meal, go to a movie. It's the 6th tallest in the world. High-rise building on the southeast corner is the Silcourt building. In this intersection, Main Street runs east and west, and Kennedy Street can take you north and south. Sidewalks and street are crowded with people. A typical four-way intersection between Main and River Streets. You're supposed to rely on the map a fair bit to navigate, yeah. because they have the map inside of the package. Brand new plastic alloy and glass office building with many floors still unoccupied according to the billboard over the entrance. The fourth corner is the Prez Towers, a luxury apartment building. A stranger bumps against you, mumbles an apology, and is swallowed by the crowds. Hit back too much. Let's see if we can find, like, a movie theater real quick. I was thinking that too. I'm like, did that guy just pickpocket from us? I wonder. We're on Kennedy Street. And now Midland. Oh, okay. We're on Midland and River. Okay, which means that we're near a rail yard. If we keep going north, there's a Midland Cemetery on the east. And we're supposed to, like, see if I can't just find a movie. There's no movie theater on the map here that I can see. I don't see, like, a place to eat necessarily either, because it says, like, enjoy a meal. What were some of the other things we were supposed to do? There's, like, a whole list of them. Eat a meal in a restaurant, talk to a government official. Let's talk to a government official. There's a city hall. It is down Main Street to the west. So if we go south back to Main Street. Across the street, two policemen are frisking a youth. As you watch, they usher the youth into a waiting car and fly off. Okay. Walk west. Also, do we have, like, an inventory? You are carrying a key and a wallet. Okay, fine. I wonder if we did get pickpocketed. Driver's license and a credit card. Look at key. The doors of my apartment, which are where? What's my apartment? Am I in the luxury apartments? Let's walk west. Rockville Center, the name of this plaza tells it all. A well-maintained portico of City Hall stretches along the west side of the plaza. Dunbar's lies on the southeast corner. What is Dunbar's? Park Street leads north and south. Main Street and Center Street both begin here. A venerable shop specializes in fashion. Okay. The city's seat of government is an old concrete slab building dating back to the late 20th century. The only exit is east. Government official is sitting on a bench in the center of the lobby, eating a snack. Talk to official. You have a brief chat with the government official, who cheerily comments on how well things in the city are running, and how rewarding his job has been lately. Suddenly glances at his watch, mumbles a polite parting message, and hurries away. Okay. We have talked to a government official. We need to read a newspaper, go to a movie, talk to a church elder, attend a court in session, visit our home, visit a power generating facility, which is a hell of a thing to say. This is certainly one of these old parse adventures. I feel like a lot of what's going to be interesting about this is going to be hard to get to without like many hours of reading and looking around stuff. Because since there was the luxury apartments, southeast lies a shopping mall and an old building with impressive facade to the northeast. Car lot, old brick line southern side of the street. Where was that? Southway in Kennedy. Because there were those luxury apartments somewhere. I guess not here. Was it Main and Kennedy? Skybus terminal to the northwest corner. We can go northwest and do riding on public transportation. This is part of the commuter Skybus system. Okay. Stairway leads downwards. You're on a central platform between four sets of tracks. On the wall is a sign, brown and red. Skybus terminal. Transfer between brown and red. So let's go. There's no tube car there at the moment. No tube car. Brown tube car marked airport wishes into the station on the southeast set of tracks. Okay. Let's go to the airport. Slide shut and glides out of the station. All right. Wait, time passes. There we go. Tube car glides into a station, and you can make out a sign reading Bodansky Square train station. Okay, so we've wrote a form of public transportation. That was one of the things. We talked to a government official. There's so much to do. Exit. You're on a platform between two sets of tracks. So let's walk up. There's a car lot on the western side of the square. There's a northeast is a restaurant. Okay. Let's go northeast and eat. Expensive 4-star restaurant. Party of one, sniffs the maitre d'. Yes, the maitre d' shows you to a small table at the back of the restaurant. Look at menu. Waiter hands you a lunch menu, and after perusing the meat prices, you settle on a nice, reasonably priced soybean salad. Sure, I love edamame. Jots down my order, reminds you of the restaurant's policy of payment in advance. What? Wow. Waiter is standing at your table, waiting for your credit card. That's some fucking future bullshit. Dystopia indeed. Waiter. Oh my god. Okay. $65. Inflation's really gone out of control in the next 7 years. You do so, but the waiter seems less than overjoyed. Well, fine. Here, let's do it properly. God, fine. Alright. It's southwest. Yeah. newspaper dispenser. It's inside the dispenser. Dispenser's locked. The only is by putting your card in the slot. Okay, so it also takes card. So your card in the newspaper dispenser. Grayed out flashes new balance, $5.34. Oh man, $65 for a salad, but only $1 for a newspaper still. The future, it's a hell of a place. Read newspaper. The headline story in the news section is about the index of leading economic indicators, which are up a stunning 9.7%. Yet another indication of the economy's robust performance. Related stories discuss the unemployment rate, which is at the lowest level in almost 30 years. And commercial and housing construction were at an all-time high. Man, things are going great in the future. Because normally what I always see is, wow, all of our numbers are up on all of these major corporations. The economy is up like 10%. Unemployment is also up about 10%. But, you know, everything else is great. Man, the economy is just booming. Another major story covers President Ryder's speech for the Distinguished Lecture Series of the Border Security Force Academy. In his address, the president called the 40s a decade of new hope and attributed much of that new hope to the work of the BSF, sending a signal to the entire world the USA won't be pushed around by the biggest dictatorship or the smallest band of terrorist murderers. Oh, good. On one of the inside pages, I hate being pushed around by the small bands of terrorist murderers. On one of the inside pages, an in-depth report on crime reveals that although the overall crime rate has dropped only 4% over the last decade, public perception is that crime has fallen much further. Oh man, they do not... This game has some things to say, but it's very funny what it doesn't realize actually happens. Violent crime has decreased much faster than other types of crime, which is exactly what has happened in real life and is down by 50% from 10 years ago. Yep. Crime in the schools, which has always gotten the most publicity, has dropped by 40%. Most importantly, offenders are getting harsher sentences as opposed to the old days of getting off on technicalities, low bail, and easy parole. Sure. Other stories in the news section deal with the construction of new Infotech orbiting facility, deregulation of the medicinal drug industry. Oh boy, and the war in Turkey. Plans for lunar mining operation. Lowering draft board requirements in order to ease prison overcrowding. That sounds pretty realistic. I love that the idea of perception that crime has fallen is a thing. Because the truth is, crime has fallen a lot over like the last 30, 40 years kind of thing. Like it's constantly gone down. Public perception of crime has done nothing but skyrocket. Okay, so we have now read a newspaper. 24-hour news cycle, baby. You bet. It fucking rules. We love it. Yeah, it turns out that daily regular reports from around the world skew perception. Well, and also just the idea of it's not just around the world. News is interesting. Interesting things are violent crime, so it gets reported a lot. So even though there's less of it, you hear about it way more. It went up for a bit during lockdown. But when you talk about it going up a bit during lockdown, you're talking about it being like half of what it was during things like the 90s and stuff, right? Yes, it's hard to... Predicting the future is fucking impossible, Zellos. It's just neat to see the differences and how things have actually worked out. So we would need to talk to a church elder is another thing. There's a Church Street Park. I'm guessing that means that there's a church near there. And we're on Bodansky Square, so Walk west gets us to Sky Car Lot. This parking lot is owned by the First Methodist Church, although it is frequently rented to organizations using nearby Wang Hall. Oh! Nearby. Enter the church to the north. All right, fair enough. I didn't think that I'd be able to do that this quickly. First Methodist Church, a new building which exhibits both the best and worst features of the 21st century neoclassical architecture. The congregation must be very large, judging by the size of the car lot to the south. Main entrance to the church is at the northeast. Suddenly notice a church elder. Hey, hello. This is very Reagan-era futurism. It's meant as a polemic specifically against Reagan. That is the whole pitch of this is let's show you all the ways that Reagan specifically sucks. So that it's very much a Reagan-era futurism is something that makes a lot of sense. You have a brief chat with a church elder who smiles and comments on how happy he is about the recent increase in church attendance, which he attributes to an improving national moral climate. Suddenly glances at his watch, mumbles a polite parting message, and hurries away. Okay, so now we're back on Kennedy Street. Near Haley Park, so to the north. So there felt like there was the apartments were near. Oh, wait, some of these are like penciled in. '80 River is on. Okay, Main Street and River Street is, I think, what we're looking for. Which means we need to go south till we hit Main Street, then east, and then probably there. If I go S. Okay, south just works. I don't have to do walk each time. A man with a shaved head asks your views on some obscure religious point, then wanders off into the crowds. Yeah, just like real life. Maine and Kennedy. There we go. Southwest is River Street. Brand new. That's a glass office building. Wait. Site of Prez Towers. That's what I was looking at. Northwest. Damn. Not a resident. Okay. So where is my apartment? Oh, there's another apartment down to the east, it looks like. Oh, it says home. Wait a minute. There is a home penciled in on the map here. God, this is a lot. This is so much. So down all the way on Southway. So maybe that's it. There's apparently a library there. Parkview Apartments. There we go. Typical high-rise city apartment building. A wide expanse of labeled buzzers and tiny mailboxes fills one wall. Glass doors lie closed to the west. Next to this inner door is a picture phone. Unlock west? No. Key, the door opens. Okay. Enter the inner lobby and take the elevator up to your floor. Hall near your apartment. Standing in a hall. Oh. Fine. Unlock door. Oh shit, we're married. Sweet. This is the large living area in your apartment with a bedroom to the north and a kitchen to the east. The front door of the apartment next to the couch on the south wall is open. A huge window provides a panoramic view to the west. Jill's easel occupies a beautiful, well-lit spot near the window. Her current painting is on the easel. In one corner is the old word processor where you do your writing. There's a romance novel here. Jill is standing at the easel working on her current painting. Any news from your agent today? No. Don't worry, things will turn around. Okay. Apparently, I don't think I've got any news from my agent. I have no idea what my life is. This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful house. How did I get here? Oh, because it's a simulation, right. So we had to visit a power generating facility, go to a movie, and attend a court in session. Those seem a little harder. There's a hotel. Is there a theater that I can see? Okay, there's a theater on the northern side of town. So I could do that. Power generating facility. And attending a court in session. I have no idea where the court would be. Because, like, it's not City Hall. Oh, there's a power station to the south. All right. Probably the first place to go. Go see Fast and Furious 27. Oh, man, I hope so. So this way, construction site. The city within a city. But yeah, it's funny how, like, talking about the perceptions of crime is always something that I find really interesting because, man, it's wild how far off people's views are from, like, actual reality. Like, one of the ones that's always really surprising that people just don't get. I remember there was a big story about it not that long ago because there was, like, some debate in the U.S. where it was, like, a senator from New York or New Jersey or something like that talking to somebody from Ohio and being like, you know, worry about crime rates in Ohio rather than New York. Like, fuck off. You actually have it worse. And they're like, bullshit. And, like, the whole crowd was, like, laughing at the person. And it's like, no, it's right. No. Violent crime is worse in rural Ohio. it's way worse. You look at it and you go, wait, what? Like, how is that possible? It's like, well, violent crime is more likely to happen if you personally know somebody. It doesn't, that type of stuff is very rarely random. So the crime rates seem high in New York because you hear about it all the time because there's so many people there. But the actual reality of how many people there means that the rate of crime is surprisingly low. Like, way lower than you would think, based on what you hear. I think we go southwest? Bending River Street. Okay. Yeah, because there should be a power facility down this way, if I remember looking at the map. Yes. Ohio has some of the worst problems in the country. Yeah. I mean, that's... But it's just weird to think that, like, big cities actually tend to have a lot lower crime rates than small rural areas, especially for violent crime in particular. Oh, actually, I don't want to go in here. We need... How do we go around the bend? under an old railroad bridge. So we go southeast? Wicker and River. Okay, yeah. Yes, right. Okay, I'm looking at the map. Weird. So we need to keep going southeast and find the power facility. You've crossed the proverbial railroad tracks. The optimism and economic recovery don't seem to have spilled over into this rundown section of Rockville, near the river. Man, I loved when, like, the wrong side of the tracks was a thing. Wicker Drive cuts through. We want to keep going through River Street. Power station entrance. There we are. We went from the bright, shiny city and down into all these tenements and, like, factories. And it's like, yup. Everything smells like piss. Central power station for all of Rockville. Power is generated here by fusion reactors. Received here from distant generators via a huge array of microwave receivers. That's interesting. Main entrance is on the north side of the plant. So, just enter. Look around you. Okay. Like, if I go north, then I leave the plant, right? Power station. No, I do go into it. How did I go south, but then north goes into the plant? That was... Okay. Oh, he left out. Hey, Summer B76. Thank you for the raid. We're here raiding DOS games. This game was requested by sub Deranged Dan. It's called A Mind Forever Voyaging. And it is extremely a text adventure. We've ranked about 200 games. Good to see you today. Interactive fiction. This one is specifically set up as a polemic against Ronald Reagan. It's a very weird setup. You spend a long time just reading before you even start the game. In that you're... It's a lot less of a game and more of like an essay, honestly. But it's weird. You start as like this future mind, like set up as a computer that has gained sentience, specifically so that you can run a simulation, which is the game, as a resident 10 years in the future, looking at the policies of a fake Ronald Reagan. Is a hell of a thing. You're playing a non-text adventure game, PNC. God, what would PNC be? I probably know that one. We've been doing a lot of adventure games. That sounds... Oh, yeah, okay, you were just saying... Yeah, point and click, okay. Yeah. No, I understand what point and click means. What were you playing, though, for adventure games? I was just thought that you were summarizing the name of the game and not, you know, whatever. The Phantom Fellows. Okay, I don't know that one. We will have to rank it, though, I'm sure, because I'm guessing that it's a DOS game. Might not be. There are some Windows ones, like Grim Fandango and such wouldn't be on the DOS list. Our current list, actually... Oh, just released. Oh, dang. Yeah, our current list of games for DOS that we've ranked actually has a point and click right at the top. Day of the Tentacle, baby. Yeah, there are a lot of graphic adventure games that have been coming out recently, true. I played, like, Cat Lady not that long ago. A few years back. They've definitely seen a resurgence. There's that Beyond Shadowgate, even, that came out. They finally did that. I don't know if that counts as us going into a facility, I guess. Day of the Tentacle's real good. Yeah. But hey, welcome all you cool raiders. My name's obviously Ilian. I do this every Monday where we rank DOS games. If you're a sub or a patron, we have a spot in the Discord that's just for you where you can request a game a month. Most of the time we do a dedicated episode for, yes, that's the asterisk, because it's a dedicated episode to like some of the adventure games and stuff, because they require a little bit more involved, like how this one is. Oftentimes you can get through like 5 games in a session, because if it's just like a platformer or a puzzle game, it's a little bit quicker to go through. I don't know how much longer we'll go with this. It's very much, it's an essay, essentially. There sure is a lot of information on this one. Earlier in the episode, we already did Klax, classic arcade game, and The Incredible Machine, which, man, that game was great. Got some really cool things going on there. Right now, we have a checklist of a bunch of things to do to enjoy the simulation and learn about humanity as a new sentient computer. So we visited a power generating facility. We need to attend a court in session and go to a movie. I don't know where court was. There's like a whole map that we have here. Okay, I just noticed something on the map that I kind of have to show. Because it actually has like scribbles, as you'll notice, inside of the margins. Right? Like there's all this stuff here. But if we look back, this note I kind of loved. Gun! In all caps is pretty good. So I don't know where the courthouse is. There's a theater here. Manville Border Security Force Base. We should probably look at that. Before we end here. Because I have to imagine it's got something to say. Yeah, you need to stream it someday. It's a really, really cool game. I highly recommend it. Where did we rank it even? It ranked very high on the list. And yeah, if you want to check out all of these episodes, we have them all set up on YouTube, and you can look at the list at any time by going to DOScider.neocities.org. Question is, how do you rate something like this? Oh god, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, The Incredible Machine is 36. It's right below Secret of Monkey Island. I love The Incredible Machine. That game was really cool. We go north? No. I think we go northwest, then north. Yeah. Main and River. We need to get all the way up to Aquarium Drive. Modern Theater to the northwest. This is the lobby of a modern theater, built on the site of the original Wells Theater, which dates to the middle of the last century. According to a showcase, current season includes productions of Shakespeare's Hamlet, Williams' Streetcar Named Desire, Furrow's Plastic Summer, and the classical musical Hair. Really? This is what we're stuck with still? Please. Is there like talking to yourself as a sign of impending mental collapse? Misspelling something. My brain's fried. Looking at this much text kind of kills you. So how do we go? I'm guessing this is a theater, not a movie theater from what it's saying. So then where would a movie theater be? This is not beating Doom, no. Like, you don't have a ticket. Buy ticket. How do I get a ticket? So I discover this current season's already sold out. God damn it. God damn it. Fine. Well. Like, I don't see another movie theater or anything. Oh, holy shit. Okay. We need to look at this part of things. It's giving us all of this checklist of things to do, and it seems like we're missing the interesting stuff, because if we look over here, we have Rockville Stadium. And if we go to the other side, which has notes, like, because there's different notes on different pages of maps, because there's so much stuff. Rockville Stadium, crossed out. Rockville Executions. I'm sorry, what? Hello? What? Kennedy condos. Wait, so is this a plan for what it's supposed to be, or? Oh, this must be when it because it advances time when you do checklist stuff. So maybe these are like later ones. The bigger church. This must be, I wonder if it's later stuff. There's a cinema here now. Maybe these are different eras? Huh. Because it's definitely, Kennedy Park is still a park where we started right now. God, there's so much stuff to do here, and like, it's a little slow. Just a little bit. Oh, there's another theater across the road? What is the goal of the game? I think the goal of the game is to experience it. That's pretty much it. The game was very much designed, as my understanding, to be, hey, you know Ronald Reagan? Fuck Ronald Reagan. Pickford Theater. Okay. Fine. On the south side of the street is Symphony Hall, and to the next to it is a car lot. Leads north into the military base. The entrance to the Manville Border Security Force Base. The base road continues northwest into the base and southwest away from it. Gate is closed. All right. Wait. Southeast, that's why. Yeah, there's not... The problem with this game that I can see so far, it seems like it's really neat that it'll continue time. But, and there's the stadium. So I've got to guess the executions thing is later. And I'd love to see that. I think there's some interesting turns that this game is going to take. But getting to that point might just be too big of an ask, honestly. Like, even just figuring out where to go to, like, get to a move. And like, how do we go to a movie? Oh, and then we get a new task list afterwards. Oh, God. Also, you have to record all of these or they don't count. And then it goes to 2051. And you'll find, like, people on trial for the death penalty to cover, like, minor crimes. Where, like, there's an attempted assault and it's the death penalty for it. So it's very much like kind of what you'd expect of, hey, we've made a border security force and we're cracking down on crime and all of the general anti-Reagan stuff that we know and love and agree with. But also, it takes a long time to unpack that, and it seems very particular about a lot of things. Like, there was certainly a lot of bugs of us running into, like, the parser just not recognizing things, or if you put in the wrong thing, it taking, like, a full 30 seconds to even understand what you were trying to do. So, I mean, a neat game. Where are we going to rank it, though, is the question. I think that we have to move on from it because it's just so in-depth and so much reading. Honestly, I think that it's just one of those ones where it was interesting if you have hours and hours to just kind of sit and read at your computer as basically interactive book. Which, you know, fair enough. That's cool. But it becomes less interesting to show people nowadays. And figuring out how to get from place to place was certainly obnoxious in that. Like, I was looking at a full guide because there's just so much of, like, we didn't record any of those things, so it wouldn't have counted most of it. Because you'd have to do record on to actually have that happen. I think the interaction stuff is neat, and I think that's key, and I think seeing how time progresses is cool. Being able to try different things in the simulation is nice. But, like, the fact that I didn't know that we actually had to record things is obnoxious. Because it's only when I looked further into the walkthrough that it said that I had to do that so that I could actually have all of those things that we did on the tasks actually work. Like, because there's different, like, restaurants that we could go to. There's different movies that we'd be able to see. But also, none of them counted because I didn't record them so that the scientist who's watching... Because we're a computer running this as a simulation. And the scientist would have to actually watch it, which means that we have to record it for him. I didn't know that. There's nothing that tells us that. I mean, okay, there's probably something that tells us that, but again, here, I'll show you, for the people that don't know, I was showing the map that's from the package that we get, right? But hey, let's look beyond the map package, and, like, let's look at the whole thing. Alright, so you'll notice that we've got the map here, and there's a few maps. Hey, look at what it says in the bottom corner. Page 16 of 481. And lots of them are things like this. Like, this is the actual manual. It's all, like, handwritten because it's meant to be this whole immersive world of, like, this scientist trying to build a simulation to look at what the future might be like and all of the different things. And so he's got, like, notes scribbled down in all the margins and, like, crossing things out. And that's rad as hell in a way. Like, it's really neat that we can see all these simulations happen and do all this stuff. But you have to do homework for a very long time to even start to understand what this game is. And so, like, that's kind of cool, but also, God, you really gotta be able to get a shovel and start digging to get into the interaction of it. And this is my list. It's from my heart. I love the idea of what this is doing. But ultimately, like, the parser having so many issues where, like, it was just those pauses going into library mode to read some of the early stuff where it was taking, like, a full 30 seconds if you entered in the wrong thing. Stuff like that just really kills it. Really kills it very, very fast. So I gotta have to put it down in one of those unrealized potential kind of areas. Like, it's not terrible, but it's also just a lot. And some of the things that, like, there are problems with it too. Like, the parser is really picky. And like I said, and a picky parser combined with, oh boy, if you get it wrong, be prepared to wait 45 seconds, is like, ouch. No. That being said, I see a lot of the potential of, like, the changing city and doing this whole narrative. And, like, how immersive it is seems really neat. Like, I actually kind of want to dig into this manual and everything. I just don't know that I'd have time. Because there's so much that it's trying to look at and say and just do inside of it. And this whole interactive world that they've built is a lot. Like, somebody spent so much time building up this world, but ultimately, it's kind of like how DOScider does things, where it's got, like, the time mechanic, but it doesn't tell you about it. So it's kind of neat and interesting in a way, but at a certain point, it's also very frustrating to engage with. It's not, I would say it's not as good as DOScider. I think that we're looking right around this area. It's no freaking funky fuzzballs. But man, talk about unrealized potential. Wetlands is right in there. So I'm going to put a Mind Forever Voyaging right here. It's a really neat idea for a game, and I might rate it higher if I actually went through the whole thing, but it's one of those that, like, the barriers for entry are so high that I don't know that I can rate it higher than this. The things that I've heard about this game, when you really get into it and the stuff that it does, are like, it's really heady art piece that's really interesting and goes into all of this philosophical and actual simulation things, but getting there is just this monumental task, and I just don't think that that makes it a very good game, ultimately. With that said, we do still have time for some more games, so let's get into one that I found at random. So when I've done a lot of requests, I always start going into some randoms, because I have a way to actually just fully pick randomly from our 8,000 DOS games. And this one, I have no idea what to expect from it. But it is called MegaDestroyer Frantis. Slightly different vibes than an anti-Reagan text adventure art piece from Infocom. Oh boy, this has some pixel problems already. Yeah. We haven't had a lot of problems with rendering, so I'm guessing that that's not actually the issue. There we go. What? I did have this working earlier. Tested it for a second. Why is it not? Pause time remain. Okay. So we can go any direction. Wait. Invisible ended. Wait, what? People are having... Oh. Sorry about that. I think I actually misclicked. So this is a shmup, but it looks like we can just go in every direction? Uh, 100 time points remain. Oh, this thing is so choppy when things come on. Nice job. What was the C4? Oh boy. This is a 1990 game. I see that we have a bar for health, it looks like. Those white dots, I'm guessing. Nice job. If I try and get hit by something, if I can, it looks like it's yeah, it's taking off white stuff. Okay, we stand invisible. I'm thinking the devs do not speak English. Or not as a first language, rather. Super gun left. There's no manual for this. There's no description anywhere of what we're supposed to do. Oh man, the slowdown is incredible when we get too many things on screen. I wish our super gun would quit leaving us, yeah. Nice, shoot. Remember we said that Klax didn't have any good sound? We might have found another game that has some of that problem. Okay, extra ship is extra health, not a full extra ship. It's just, again, I'm guessing this is an English as a second language thing. From the looks of it, it was a very Russian game. I like the idea of being able to freely move around the level like this. but there's not a whole lot of, like... Okay, what should I be doing here? Like, do I just need to deplete all of these planes? Do I need to blow up all the buildings? How do we win the mission? How do we end the mission? It gave us time credits at one point, but I don't see 500 time credits remaining. Okay. Where's my time? I don't see it on the screen. Yeah, I was saying that it looks like we were talking about Klax having a real problem of no music and some pretty bad sound. But we may have gotten a contender today for much worse. And by may, I mean, oh my god, this thing. Ugh. Is there even anything left for us to blow up on this? Oh. Like, it's hard to know what we're supposed to shoot on the ground. The sea looks like it's a clear, I'm guessing. I feel like we've blown up everything on the ground. So do we just blow up ships until our time credits are gone? We got more time credits, because we had 100 left, and then now it said we had 500 left, so I'm guessing we got extra by doing well. These are very PC speaker sounds, yes. Oh! Oh, there's these things. Is that it? Is that everything? Sure looks like everything. Level is not over. Ah, there we go. Oh, there was one there. Okay, so it is blow up everything on the ground. U-time! We sure are the MegaDestroyer Frantis. And then we're just in the same mission again, huh? I mean, obviously it's different. This is mission 2. Very different. So what happens when we just take enough hits? The minute I shoot is when it seems like, you only have 10 ships. That seems to be where the slowdown comes in, which, oof. Okay, invisible also means I can't get hit, so I'm guessing invincible is a better way of putting it. Yeah, I literally can't get hit. How long does this last? I'm trying to die to see what happens. No? No, we're just... Alright, it's gonna... Okay, I'd like to unstand invisible. Just good skill. So, I mean, you just kind of have to go, like, back and forth in a pattern like this throughout the whole level, so you blow up everything on the ground, huh? You could literally just go up, down, left to right. I'm starting to see some cracks in the seams of this game. Also, our invincibility might last a little too long. Since I can't actually get myself to die. Those not... Wait, I can't shoot these ones? No, I can. I just was on the wrong spot to shoot them, I guess? Oh boy. Let's see if we can kill ourselves on this level. Oh no, it refilled our health. Okay, I gotta be very careful. Oh, thank God, invisible ended. I only have 2 credits. Oh, God damn it. I had an extra credit somewhere. Sure. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere that's keeping track of that. There's so much real estate at the bottom of the screen that's just used up by their logo. It's brutal. I've seen other games do that, but it's never a good idea. It's never a place that I want to see. Only 5 ships. Oh my God, and only 100 time points. I have only 0 credits. I'm worried that I'm gonna run out of time credits before I can die. There we go. And no, that's it. Done. Game over. Alright, I think that I can rate MegaDestroyer Frantis. I have a feeling that I know where to put this. Alright, so let's take a look. Where we got the list sitting at. Alright, so up at the top we got, you know, Day of the Tentacle and Doom. There's a sequel. It's not actually a sequel. It's a different company and everything. And it's a 2D platformer. There's Frantis 2, or Frantis Mission 2, but it's very different. We could look at it. Alright, so we've got Day of the Tentacle, Doom, NetHack. I don't think it's as good as NetHack, I'm gonna say. I mean, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries is a game that, since I have played it last Monday, I have then opened up just for fun on my own time about 4 times. God, MechWarrior 2, I love my stompy robots. You know, I might just scroll down slightly. Just a little bit. Is this a top 100 game? Is it comparable to Zargon from Epic Mega Games? Yeah, no. It's not. It's no Mind Forever Voyaging. Ooh, boy. Alright. It's no Terminator Future Shock. God, the Bethesda, like, dagger fall shooter was something that I'm still stunned at finding out exists. Yeah, the controls on it work, which is actually a leg up on it from, like, first-person pinball and such. Or my... But that slowdown is so bad, and there's just nothing interesting to do. It's very similar to Kilo Blaster. Very similar. Controls work better than Guerrilla Wars. Better than that. Better than Janitor Joe and Jigsaw Puzzle. I'd say it's better than Animal Quest. Although it's getting into rarefied airs here for what this game is. Is it better than the bad Alf the First Adventure Pac-Man clone? But with every decision worse. Yes? Yes, it's better than Alf. Is it better than Kilo Blaster? No. Congratulations to MegaDestroyer Frantis. A top 200 DOS game, which, by the way, we didn't mention it. So, for those that might like A Mind Forever Voyaging and be sad that I didn't dig into it deeper and like it more, I will say it holds a special honor forever, and that is, it's the game that knocked All Dogs Go to Heaven off the top 200 DOS games. Congratulations to A Mind Forever Voyaging. God, it's really depressing to see that we've ranked over 200 DOS games, and William Shatner's Tech War is still in the top 150. What do we gotta do? What are we doing here? Alright. Well, we do still have a little more time. And there's a long history of this game being on DOS. We've seen some of its precursors a couple times. Now you have to play All Dogs Go to Heaven. Here, I can give you the start of it so that you can have an idea. I mean, you can just go and check out the episode. If you ever want to see the episode, it is episode 11. That's what this means on the side. And it's all on the YouTube VODs. We actually have a full playlist of them for DOScider. But, ear warning for everybody real quickly. Here, I'll give you a brief synopsis. Real simple. Of All Dogs Go to Heaven. Give me one moment here. So cover your ears. I am going to try to have it be as quiet as I can. This is the way this game starts. Get a couple of credits. Here, I'll turn it way down. By Polyware and Merit Software. Sure, sure. All dogs go to heaven. Wow, my favorite Bluth movie. And oh man, the song from the actual movie. They got the real movie audio. They filled the whole game with actual movie audio back in, like, 1986. It's okay, you only have to compress it a little bit. Just a bit. Do you remember the rat race that they had? It's really good. You know, they have the announcer. Whoa. Like, all the audio is that. It's the actual movie audio because they got the rights to it. And they went, well, we've got to put it in. No! No, you do not! You super don't. I cannot tell you how much they did not need to do that. Yeah. Credited the real tape recorder in the back of a crowded theater, and then crunched down like 5 or 6 times after that. It's an incredible piece of shit. It's an incredible piece of shit. Just amazing. What a lovely piece of software that thing is. But, like I said, we do have another game that if we had a little bit of time, I was going to do. Which has a storied history on DOS. We've played a couple of them before. And you might know already what it is. That's right! It's another entry into the MegaMan series. Because there were previous ports to MegaMan. First, MegaMan for DOS, and then MegaMan 3, The Robots Are Revolting. And now, there was in fact MegaMan X. However, this one is not done by our storied friends at High Tech Expressions, which gave us 2 real great Mega Man games somewhere down, in the 145 area, right around William Shatner's Tech War. No. This one is a port done by Capcom. So it might actually be good? Okay, so we have an Alt is jump, Control is run or dash, Fire is space, Buster is... I don't know, I was in charge of this. Tab key to cycle through available weapons, climb a wall, jump against and press Alt. Escape is to get things. F10 is to pause and save. All right. So here I have to admit, once again, I always say it, something that's mildly embarrassing. I've never played Mega Man on console, really. Never played Mega Man X, never did any of these. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble because, for those that don't know too, my middle finger is actually broken. So, it might be kind of... Control, Alt, and Space kind of demands that I use that. Oh, shit. Yeah. It's Mega Man X! Seems like it's actually a thing. Wait, shouldn't control be dash? It says press control, run or dash. Running only possible if you're equipped with optional emergency acceleration system. Oh, okay. You don't start with it in this. Huh. I know nothing about Mega Man X. It's terrible, I know. Definitely suffers that it's not on a controller. Ah. Is there not a crouch? No. God, like, again, know nothing about Mega Man. One of those game series that I just never got into. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, the missile turning to you is pretty great. How do you avoid that? Can you shoot it? Die on the first level. Oh, man. There's got to be a better way to do the controls, actually, though. Is it F10? There we go. Yeah, playing platformers with the keyboard is always awkward. It's extra bad, again, when I can't use my hand properly. Okay, so let's say that we do... Just use my Capcom pad. Yeah. And can't change, like, to WASD, so that's unfortunate. Oh! That was crunchy. Ooh. Select can be tabbed. That actually makes sense, sure. Oh, right, because now shoot is D. I just recalibrated it. That'll make it easier so I don't have to spread my hand out as much. Ah. It's definitely better. So, I mean, they've got the options to remap things, so that's nice. Actually having, like, a supported pad is pretty cool, too. Okay, so I see. We have to, like, entice it to start turning. God, that is fast. MegaMan known for being pretty unforgiving. Clearly the trick is to get HOTAS set up. Yeah. Playing MegaMan without a HOTAS? What are you doing? That seems bad. I seem to remember that you could run in the start of this. I guess that I must be wrong though. Like I never really played Mega Man X, so I don't know. I've seen it a little bit. Okay, that's. Get out of here. Love that. You cannot run, but you can unlock a dash option later. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does say that there's a dash and a run later on. I just, for some reason, I thought that you could do it early. Do I need to kill? Yeah. Damn. The sound is not great. I have it on the MT32. I could try and see if it's better emulated on a different thing. MT32 can sometimes have some emulation issues. Ah, there we go. It's vile, I believe. And I know that we're just supposed to lose this, right? Yeah. You worthless piece of scrap metal. It controls pretty good, though. I wish the sound wasn't so trash. I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. He's full power yet. X, I know you can do it. Okay, I have to check if the sound is better with a different setup. Because that is so crunchy. It's a regular sound blaster. Oh, wow. Oh, this is weird. Oh, man. Now it feels more like Mega Man X, but also... Oh, that's... kind of deeply upsetting, huh? And then we gotta try Sound Canvas as the last one. This is some extremely party bass. Mini-Man. Yeah? Oh, wow! I let it land on me. I got too excited to run that. Alright. I do want to see what Sound Canvas is real quick. I know we need to get past that level, I'm just... Lot quieter. Turn it up a bit. This is certainly not your preferred Mega Man X platform, I would say. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, you know, I think that if you're gonna play Mega Man X, you might want to play it elsewhere. Hey, Shaboy Jay, welcome, welcome. Good to see you today. I think there might be a Windows port of this also, yeah. It was done in the time when it would have been like Windows 3.1 would have been probably the bigger thing to port it to, honestly. More functional than you would have assumed. Well, this one is actually done by Capcom. Like the other ones, the the famous, which we've already done, the infamous, rather, versions of Mega Man that were ported to the DOS platform were done by High-Tech Expressions, which is an absolute garbage company for horrible people. Mega Man DOS was one guy, wasn't it? Maybe. Wildly enough, they have... High-Tech Expressions is also the ones that have done, like, all of the Flintstones and Jetsons, I believe? There was something else they did. They've done a lot of real licensed trash for DOS, like... Very bad at those. Oh, hello. They did not do All Dogs, no. That was Polaris software. So can you just cheese this? Almost. Ow. Yeah, no. All Dogs gets brought up a lot. It's been sitting at the bottom of our list for like 40 episodes. There's a reason. You checked in the base robot, they're not as missile happy in the non-DOS port. Ah! So this is a harder version of Mega Man X. Both because of the controls and just they decided to make it harder. Neat. Oh no, my ass! Wow, he's so cool with the hair. Do they do MIDI audio in this version? Depends on what we're using for sound as our sound card. This is Sound Canvas. And it sounds okay. What's a stage we should check out for the music? This is pretty good. Like, the sound canvas sounds pretty close. Better than the others, I think. The MT32 is really crunchy, but I get the feeling that might just be an emulation problem. Okay, I can't get that down there. I'd need some kind of upgrade. In general, this feels pretty good to control. I mean, keyboard controls for a platformer like this are always a bit dicey, but yeah. It runs nice, yeah. This is a much better port than the other Mega Mans. By a lot. I'm just... Okay, let's go back. I just want to see the sound font difference again. So, like, we go to Sound Blaster here. You can see the difference, just to show Shaboy J. Because we got that save. Yeah, of course. I want to show everybody the differences between these. I also just want to hear them myself. It's trying. It's trying. It's trying. Oh. Oh yeah, no, MIDI files can be great. Yeah, not so sure about this, but they sure can be. I'm always a little embarrassed to play a Mega Man game on stream because I do not know Mega Man. Yep. I know that a lot of these are real tricky. Yep. Okay. Yeah. This also looks problematic. Yeah. X is deceptively tough. Most of the Mega Man games, as far as I know, are real nasty. I would say the Mega Man games generally have a pretty deserved reputation for needing a high skill level. Yeah, it's not... I keep on wanting to use a dash, but... God, Storm Eagle. Hear that. Oh boy. Oh! Ooh. When it goes into this, it's good, but boy, when it tries to get those high notes. Guess you can shoot him when he tries to lower his guard. Oh, man. Okay. I just want to, once again, let's go back. The comparative sound fonts in this is really intriguing to me. I want to try the MT32 again now that we're actually past that first level and see if it's still crunchy. Because the MT32 is generally the most expensive of, like, the audio options you'd have back in the day. Alright, so I died because I just... Oh, baby. Oh, man. You ever hear the recorder cover of Mega Man X? Wow. Oh, shit, that's bad. Wow. No. I'm saying that that's what it feels like. Not that that's what it is, just... Ah, okay. Attacks. Rolling shield, guarding. Oh, Spark Mandrill is the one that I was thinking of for, Well, because I know the Spark Mandrill theme. Spark Mandrill at home, for sure. Shots on those. Sound Canvas is certainly the best that we've seen for emulating this. The Sound Blaster is kind of incredible in its own way. Dragable. Weird bird. Okay. Love the enemy design and stuff in this game, too. Like, buzzsaw head on this is great. Really should play more Mega Man games. Yeah, it's very... if everybody had to, like, just go to Kmart before the concert to try and play. I saw it one more time. Get a different hit of this music. It's so wild to hear. Because even though, like, I'm not really used to Mega Man, because I never played many of these games, like, I know the songs from Mega Man X a little bit, and it's like that Spark Mandrill theme being like that is a real feel. What is happening with this one? This is why I needed to hear it. I'm not gonna, like, just want to listen to all the sound fonts all day with this one. It's so wrong. Yeah, we must be able to go back, like people were saying, kind of Metroidvania-esque. Neat not knowing anything about Mega Man and going into these. Yeah, they have good soundtracks. Just, oof. I mean, the actual Mega Man X soundtrack is amazing. This one, it's trying. Like, I would say that Sound Canvas version is actually pretty good. Part of it is I can't play this too well either. I'm trying to, like, my finger bends about there, and it hurts to do it. Been recovering, slowly getting better, but not the best for a very high-octane platformer. Buddy. Can't see them in front of the screen. Hi. No, don't hit me. What? You want me to stop playing? Hi. Oh, that's nice, thank you. 2 HP in a dream, baby. Oh, maybe you could have stayed. Buddy. Oh, God. Don't get mad at me. I just don't want you to lay on the computer. Hear the music again. So farty. Very rude. I think we can rate it now, though. It's sure Mega Man X, like, the controls are good. Oh, wow, everything respawned. I know everyone also has, like, their way of doing, the levels, too. It's so farty. It's so farty. Alright, well that's Mega Man X for DOS. What a weird game in terms of, like, just the history of it. Like, how there was two just absolutely terrible Mega Man ports before this. With Mega Man 3 and the original DOS Mega Man, which is quite good. And this has some wild sound, but beyond that, just seems like a really competent port of it. It's certainly better than Franco the Crazy Revenge. I feel like it's... Franco is kind of special, though. I have Franco in the top 100, right? Yeah. Franco's surprisingly okay in some ways. Ports, they were original creations for high-tech expressions. Okay, fair. Mega Man 1 and 3 are... They are wholly original when they're on the DOS, yes. Not in a good way, but they certainly are. So now we're in some interesting territory here, because I don't know, I don't love the Mega Man X games. Like, I don't love Mega Man as much as a lot of people do. I've always bounced off them. Like, they just seem so punishing in ways that aren't necessarily fun for me. Not having a run at the start of Mega Man X2, like, I get that you're going to go and get more abilities, but it feels so slow. It feels so slow. It's certainly a classic, but we're in a layer of DOS games that are all classics. Raptor Call of the Shadows, damn good game. Blood, fantastic shooter. Oh, did they get horizontal and vertical scrolling before Commander Keen? Really? Rozner would later go on to do the MS-DOS port of Mega Man X, only the original, with only the audio-visual assets, having to code in entirely from scratch? Huh. Really? So then Capcom hired him officially? Because it's not set up as... I guess it does have the Rozner Labs thing. They also did the Super Street Fighter 2 for DOS. Which we're gonna have to look at some point, for sure. Huh. Because I always saw that this one was actually devved by Capcom also. So they must have hired him officially for this. Yes, I knew for the first one he did it. And then Capcom was like, sure, put it out there. That was for, like, the original Mega Man DOS. After that, you're guessing they had a relationship. Yeah, it's surprisingly they had a relationship after that first one, because it's not good, and it was not well received. I definitely like Mega Man X more than the Duke Nukem 2. It's too bad, because Duke Nukem's an amazing game. Duke Nukem 2 just zooms in so hard, it's just not amazing. Prince of Persia. I don't know that it's better than Out of This World, though. Out of This World is such a neat game. I think that's where I'd put the Mega Man X DOS port. It's interesting. Its sound isn't as good, which is unfortunate. I think that puts it down a bit. But I mean, if you like Mega Man and you didn't have access to a SNES or whatever, like, yeah, you know, you can go ahead and enjoy it on DOS. It's not as good, but it's still fine. So there's Mega Man X. And for that, I need to head out. I should have actually been finishing up a little while ago. I wanted to. I was just so interested in all those sound fonts. So thank you all for being here. It was an absolute blast. I'm a little old for Mega Man. Am I? Teddy Belcher in the YouTube. I'm old for Mega Man. That's... Man, the original Mega Man was out, like, when I was born. I don't think I was too old for Mega Man. I could Mega a Man. Nice to see Fate of Atlantis at 28. That game's great. It's really cool. Incredible pixel art in that game. But I'll be back rating some more of these games next week. But of course, we're also going to be over on my good friend Boix's stream tomorrow for some Metroid Other M. And you can see the full schedule for the rest of the week set up on the Twitch channel, so you can just go ahead and look at that. It's all in there. I have the whole week set up. This is my Mega Man. It was made for me. I mean, I don't know how I would be too young for a Mega Man. Or too old? I don't see it. Yeah, a little too old. Too old for Mega Man is a bit wild. Because that would have been quite young when that Mega Man came out. That was right in the age range for Mega Man X. But time for me to head out. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll do more of this DOS ranking next week. And of course, we've got like the roguelike streams on the weekend, and we're going to be finishing off, hopefully, the Elden Ring and Gene Forge runs soon. We'll be doing those in the midweek. I'm going to host you over to somebody else, so don't go away. Thanks for stopping by.